What is the significance of an eclipse? Let's talk about it a little bit because I know a lot of people are worried about it, and we are holding a workshop which had already passed by the time that this video comes out. So I'll talk very briefly on this, but what is an eclipse? And why are eclipses so important? Well, to give you the simple answer, an eclipse is when the sun and the moon align in the sky around the signs of what's known as the north and south nodes. In sidereal astrology, they're called Rahu and Ketu. The Nordic people called them Skull and Hati, the two wolves that chase the sun and the moon. And the reason that this is so important is because these nodes heavily impact the full and new moons that we receive on this plane of existence, on our Earth. And, you know, when this happens, there's such an influx of energy that it is kind of more powerful than other full and new moons, comparatively speaking. And what we'll see is the lunar eclipse that we had on March 25th, which was on a Monday, Moon Day, that was in the sign of Libra. Libra rules over legality. Libra rules over the exposure of the legal system, the justice. It brings justice, it brings balance to the world. So 2 weeks prior to that full moon, you were going to see a lot of things starting to hit the stratosphere, so to speak, the societal stratosphere of past grievances and aggressions that were going to be coming to light. So, for example, they had the Netflix, I keep calling it the Netflix, the HBO Max documentary called Quiet on Set, which is about the Nickelodeon producers and what they were doing to kids. That occurred within that 2-week period prior to that lunar eclipse. On the day of the lunar eclipse, P. Diddy, his house got raided, and now all these allegations are coming to light about the music industry and how deeply integrated the music industry was with the sex trafficking rings, potentially even connected to Epstein. So, as we're going to see over the coming weeks, leading up into the new moon solar eclipse on April 8th, we are going to find that there is going to be a lot of like military activity, because this is going to be a solar eclipse in Aries. So this is going to not only be new beginnings, especially very aggressive new beginnings, aggressive in the positive and the negative term. This is not only going to be aggressive new beginnings, but this is also going to be new militant activities. So there's also a movie that they're trying to come out with about 4 days after the eclipse called Civil War. I think that they are using their little propaganda machine, doing predictive programming to try to get people on board with an idea of aggressive tendencies. And that is probably going to, again, follow roughly about 2 to 3, even potentially 4 weeks after this new moon. Now, why is that? Because a new moon impacts the 4 weeks following a new moon, and full moons normally impact the 2 weeks prior and the 2 weeks following. So they both impact 4-week periods, but this is why full moons, like, people get really like intense, because there's a double entendre, I guess you could say, of energies that are hitting from both sides, whereas a new moon is like, it just kind of lays out this new foundation. This is also why, if you study the market, you'll see full moons and new moons have a impact on the way that the market flows, the stock market, or even sometimes the crypto market, although the crypto market's a little more hectic and all over the place. So the sun and the moon are going to come together. This is basically like the sacred secretion of the sky, the solar and the lunar aspects coming together, whereas a full moon is an exposure of secrets, and also an exposure of fertility, because of the way that they oppose each other and they're on opposite sides. But the solar eclipse is when they come together. So what we need to do as people is we need to come together during this eclipse. And that's super, super important, I think. And don't feel fear. Don't fall for the fear-mongering propaganda. Yes, there's like a ton of stuff that's going to be happening as far as events outside of this. We did cover a lot of this in the April workshop on April 1st, on April Fool's Day, about the April 8th eclipse. And we are doing more workshops, guys. If you guys are interested, we are going to start doing more workshops. So go check out the link down below, see what interests you, because we're going to be doing specific workshops leading into these new moons, full moons, and like monthly little lecture series. So if you're interested in hearing our lecture series, I am partnering with Gnostic Pope. You can go check out the link down below, and you can join and attend, because we're going to be going heavy into esoteric literature and esoteric symbolism and the like. There's also a lot of free resources. Again, my name is Coach Matt. I'm a certified spiritual life coach. Go check out our material in the link down below. Sign up for some stuff and download some free stuff while you're at it. Love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.